Man, I got a lot to talk about when it comes to Modern Warfare 2. Guys, sit back and enjoy the Modern Warfare 2019 gameplay. Your boy's aim is coming back, but we're going to be talking about that in a little bit further into the video, what I did to get my aim a little bit better. But let's talk about Modern Warfare 2. I actually looked at a bunch of the gameplay that was presented. I broke down the trailer and I looked at the campaign gameplay that came out today. And I just want to say the campaign gameplay looks pretty fun. One thing I noticed that right off the bat was that how the noise was. Like Call of Duty, when it comes to like noise with Infinity Ward, it is actually like the best that I've ever seen in the franchise. They pay very close detail to like gun sounds and reload animations and, you know, smoke coming out of your barrel and all that good stuff. Like the sound sounds really crisp, upgraded, and it honestly kind of looked like Black Ops Cold War, like from a graphic standpoint. Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys felt the same way. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about multiplayer. So a lot of the things that I've been listening to with a lot of other creators when they were talking about multiplayer gameplay is that they focused heavily on different play styles, where whether you're a rusher or you're a camper, or if you are someone who plays tactically and strategically. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Now, Infinity Ward has been known for their map design to be more tactical, and I feel like it's not going to be any different when it comes to Modern Warfare 2. I feel like they're going to have a lot of maps for all players. Now, combat pacing is not coming back. That's already been confirmed, and it hasn't been confirmed yet that we have an FOV slider for console, which is another huge thing. But I think that we are going to have FOV slider at least for current gen consoles, Xbox, PS5, and Xbox Series X, like the newer like generation of consoles. But let's talk about the multiplayer gameplay just a little bit more, even though there is no gameplay. But a lot of people have been saying that it looks like MW, or feels like MW 2019, where you can dolphin dive and you can slide cancel. There's a lot more movement mechanics. A lot of people are talking about vehicle physics, how they changed that. And the main thing that a lot of people have been talking about, and all the same conclusion, is that it looks like Warzone 2 is going to be heavily integrated into multiplayer. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see in the beta. But I have been getting a lot of Rainbow Six Siege like impressions from the game. Like there's a grenade wall breach that you can use to shoot a grenade through the wall. Like, for example, like it seems like Call of Duty is going more of a tactical route, where it's no longer a run and gun play style. It's more of a tactical move around the map, control a certain area play style. And I am fine with that as long as they implement it right. I want it to be where if you are good at the game, you're good at the game, and that will show. And if you're bad at the game, you're bad at the game, that will show. And that's like my biggest gripe when it comes to Call of Duty. Like right now, you just get instant melted, people just camping, holding corners. There's really no counterplay to a lot of situations. And I want them to have that in Modern Warfare 2. That's pretty much going to be like the biggest selling point for me. Also, another biggest selling point for me is going to be how aim assist works in the game. Is it going to be super strong like we see in Warzone, or is it going to be toned back a little to where mouse and keyboard players are going to have a chance to outgun, break aim assist, yada yada, all those things? Like that is like the biggest thing for me. Good maps, not overpowered aim assist, a well-balanced input system where all inputs benefit, and that's just not heavily one input over the other. I know Call of Duty is a controller game, but we are moving along, guys, to where crossplay is a big thing now, and having balance across all inputs is very, very important. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is the time to kill. The time to kill is also a huge thing. Vanguard had a very, very fast time to kill, almost, and it's a too fast time to kill, right? And Modern Warfare 2019, I feel like had a slightly like a little too fast like time to kill, if that makes sense. Like you didn't have gunfights, either you were melted or you're not. And some people like that because you're able to get multi kills, but you put yourself in a situation where you can just get melted off of a streak, and I really don't like that. There really wasn't any gunfights per se in Modern Warfare 2019. So I want to see something where maybe even the health doesn't have to be something crazy ridiculous, but maybe give it to where it's like, instead of 150 health, maybe have it to where it's like 130 health, right? Or 120 health. Somewhere along that line, that extra bullet goes a long way when it comes to time to kill, and that is something that is super important in the Call of Duty franchise. I feel like Black Ops 4 had a little bit longer of a time to kill. It was too long. Black Ops 3 had the perfect time to kill, in my opinion, and I feel like if they can nail the time to kill when it comes to Modern Warfare 2, that the game is going to excel. It's a modern era Call of Duty. People love that. Infinity Ward is known for their crisp hit detection, their crisp gunfire sounds, their crisp sound, and I believe that we're going to get that in Modern Warfare 2. It just needs to be implemented right, and they had a long time to implement it. They had a long time to improve things, and I feel like this year we probably will have the most polished Call of Duty at launch. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is I want to be able to see people clearly. That is something that has to happen in an arena shooter, and it has to be where you can clearly tell that's an enemy, that's a wall, that's what needs to happen, not relying on the red, like the red dot above like the enemy to know that, oh hey, that's an enemy, right? So that's something that I really hope that they nail. I really didn't like in Modern Warfare 2019 how there was a bunch of fog. It kind of looked blurry at some points, like the sun glare. Nobody wants that. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to look a certain way and you have the sun glaring down your face and you can't see. We need clear sight lines. We need clear visibility. That's what I want to see. Another thing is I don't want to have multiple angles where you can get shot at. Like in MW 2019, you had multiple areas you had to worry about, and some lanes you just don't go down because it was a suicide mission, right? So in Modern Warfare 2, I really hope that they have clear, distinct sight lines to where you don't have to worry about multiple angles, and just make it more fun, kind of like how Shoot House was. There wasn't multiple angles, you know where enemies could be at. Now there's multiple ways to get into those lanes, but it wasn't something like, oh, I can get shot from this area, this area, this area, this area. I think that's something that really they need to nail down with the map design. Now another thing I'm going to talk about, 6v6 is kind of dead for me. Like a lot of people really don't like 6v6 multiplayer anymore. Like ground war is where it's at. A lot of people loved ground war, and I hope that they balance out ground war right to where a sniper sitting in the back of the map can't just kill you. They have to get a headshot to kill you, whereas right now if you just shoot somebody to the chest or above, you get that one-shot kill, or even like the torso with some guns, right? So I really hope that they push the flow of the map where it's not so linear, where certain flags are just linear in a position. Hopefully they spread it out to where it's not just one area where people congregate, to where if you got A, B, C flag and the other team has E, F flag, right? C flag is where it's going to be at, where everybody is going to, you know, congregate, and it will just be a huge mess, right? So I hope that they can get that figured out. But I am really excited for MW 2. I'm really excited, but I'm really skeptical at the same point. Like my expectations are going to be super high for Modern Warfare 2, and I hope Infinity Ward can deliver to make a balanced, fun game for all of us. And hopefully they have a bunch of content, a bunch of ways to play the game, and a bunch of stuff to do. Dope camos, and just a dope grind where people have fun, where it doesn't feel like it's a chore to get on and play. That's what I want, and hopefully they can deliver. And those are my thoughts right now on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We haven't seen any multiplayer gameplay yet. It was just campaign, but we can tell a lot from that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time we're going to talk about is how I got my aim to where it is in these videos, hitting the clips. Basically what I did was I had to change my monitor coefficient. So for me personally, at a 4 sensitivity 800 DPI, a 1.21 monitor coefficient in Warzone was perfect. It was beautiful. But when it came to multiplayer, I could not flick onto enemies fast enough. My reaction time was really slow, so I actually moved it up to 1.78, and I really do enjoy it. I am a multiplayer guy at heart. Warzone was fun for a little bit, but now we're grinding Call of Duty multiplayer. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Always remember to stay blessed and stay humble, and I'll catch you in another one. Peace.